Hi, my name is Dave Prickett. I am a brain aneurysm survivor, ambassador, and brand designer. I've connected with the B Foundation for only 15 months, but we've developed quite a relationship together in forming the rebrand and meeting a lot of incredible people and having a similar mission to spread the word about aneurysms and prevention.
Hi, I'm Kat Navarro-Lee with the B Foundation for Brain Aneurysm Prevention, and I'm here with brand ambassador and survivor, Dave Prickett. And I just want to know a little bit more about Dave. And one of the things I'd love to know is what your favorite thing about being a brand ambassador is.
Thank you, Kat. It's been a wonderful opportunity to gather this weekend as a group and have the opportunity to learn about other people that are like me. My aneurysm was 31 years ago, and until recently did I meet other survivors like myself. And that's been an incredible experience to have something like that in common. As far as being an ambassador, I've been in design, marketing all of my life, and it's given me the opportunity to share the message and awareness about brain aneurysms through what I do.
That prevention is definitely key in people learning from your experiences. Now, I know you've gotten a chance to hear other people's stories too. Have you learned something specific from other people's stories?
I've learned how there's a very common element to woven through all of our stories, but then I've also learned how different they all are. There's not one alike. And the more the more you know how true that is.
Yes, we definitely all have such different and diverse stories. How do you think that's going to help us all move forward in the foundation?
That's a good question. I think it does present a challenge, and it's not the one exact thing for people to be aware of and spread that word that this is exactly what happens to you and you need to watch for it, and here's what will happen afterwards. And it's one of the struggles I think that survivors have, is knowing what your next chapter is.
Yeah, that definitely all makes sense. Dave, I really love that you ran this session today all about branding and finding you've helped the B Foundation with their brand. And it reminds each of us that we have a brand, and that kind of gives people self-confidence in their uniqueness. And I really appreciate that, the session that you ran. So how can people use the idea of branding to help find self-confidence and healing?
No, that's a great question, because that's something that everybody experiences through every chapter of their life. You're constantly evaluating yourself and who you are in the next stages of life. And as a survivor, you tend to test that really hard in yourself and evaluate who you are, what's going to happen next. We don't have that script of this is what happens in year 2, year 3. So what we're trying to teach as well is that we're in charge of that, and writing down what that should be and should look like and how we want people to perceive us.
It's interesting how oftentimes people don't put together all of those pieces, but those are all so important in our healing. So thank you so much for showing us how something that you do for work can be a healing tool for everybody as a brand ambassador and survivor.
I just wanted to share on that one of the things we talked about today as a group was that we all want to use our own experiences to share the word, the experience in our own ways. And this just happens to align what I'm passionate about and good about. And that's what we talked about, is every one of us have something special that we do. And that's what we want to encourage people do, to spread the word in their own unique way. I'm curious about your experience and what you've learned today and how you think that might help you in your journey.
I think what I've learned throughout my whole process of finding the B Foundation, because I had an unruptured brain aneurysm, and hearing other people's stories, is to really be curious and be relentlessly curious. That was my B word, is relentless. But because without that, then sometimes we just think, okay, we kind of give in to, this is my narrative, fine. But to just continuously be questioning what else is there, and how can this be better, or what is someone else's story, and what did they do, and how are they coping, and how is their narrative the way that it is. So for me, it's finding ways to always be curious and be relentless about keeping up that curiosity.